Welcome back, everybody. If you've been following my channel for a while now, you know that I have become a huge fan of the Legend of Heroes series. So when NIS America announced an official localization for Trails from Zero, I knew I had to get in on the launch. Does the game hold up as well as the Sky Trilogy? If you played Cold Steel, how does it feel to go backwards? I'll be answering all those questions and more in my spoiler-free review of The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero. Trails from Zero begins by introducing you to Lloyd Bannings, a rookie detective who has recently been recruited to the police force of the growing city of Crossbell, a city-state nestled between the Calvard Republic and the Erebonian Empire. True to those natural detective instincts, Lloyd has questions about his assignment to a division called the Special Support Section that he has never actually heard of before. Upon arrival at the police station, he is briefed and introduced to his teammates. Randy Orlando is an all-around tough but nice guy. Ellie McDowell is a prim and proper lady who aced the written and sharpshooting exam. And a mysterious young lady named Tio who seems way too young to be a police officer. Together they form the Special Support Section, a branch of the Crossbell Police Department designed to help improve the relationship between the citizens of Crossbell and the police by supporting the citizens with various issues they're facing. The SSS quickly realizes that they're basically a public relations stunt attempting to draw attention away from the ever-popular Bracer Guild, which does literally the exact same thing. I absolutely love this game because the writing and scenarios differentiate themselves strongly from the Sky Trilogy and Trails of Cold Steel, and honestly, most JRPGs in general. You're a detective, so while clearing an abandoned mine of monsters or helping local kids find the owner of a kitten is certainly on par for a JRPG, the significant scenarios and issues you're dealing with are particular to detective work while also pushing forward the story. The SSS is tasked with investigating robberies, monster attacks, threatening letters, stopping fights between rival gangs, stalkers, and more. Throughout the various scenarios, you search for and gather information. Eventually, you, the player, must decide on who might be guilty or what you should do next. Lloyd is only as good of a detective as you are, so using your notebook and paying attention is crucial. It's not too tricky, but answering the questions correctly nets you more detective points, which help increase your rank. As you report in missions, your rank goes up and you receive bonus payments in the form of Mira, the game's currency, and other items to help you in battle. Each of the game's chapters raises the stakes just a little higher as the members of the Special Support Section and their friends discover how seedy the underground of Crossbell is and how precarious this unique city-state is between the Calvard Republic and the Erebonian Empire. The Mafia, true to form, has their hands in everything, including the pocketbooks of local politicians. The game doesn't fall too deep into the Mafia or Yakuza-style tropes, making the Legend of Heroes version of these types of enemies feel believable. One thing that isn't believable is how Tonfas beat guns in a fight. But we don't play turn-based JRPGs for realism, do we? The combat in Trails from Zero is an incredible take on the turn-based model. If you're familiar with the series thus far, it's more of the same, but better. Let me walk you through it. Combat in Trails from Zero takes place on a grid, with friends and foes having various statistics determining how many spaces they can walk before attacking. This is easy to navigate for distance fighters like Ellie. She's our pistol-toting sharpshooter. She sits in the back and picks off enemies one by one. For Randy or Lloyd, you've got to get up close and personal to do damage. Turn order is determined by various speed stats, and you can see who's going to go next by taking a close look at the bar to your left. With the basics covered, let's discuss what makes the combat so deep and interesting. First, you have your basic attacks, but then also arts and crafts. the game's version of magic-style attacks and the character's specific abilities. Arts, which are elemental-based, are cast using EP, this game's version of the mana pool. Many of the enemies in this game have elemental weaknesses and various resistances. Using TO's Analyze craft or a battle scope to determine those weaknesses is crucial for having an easier time in battle. Sure, you can wail away at most enemies using physical attacks, but where's the fun in that? Most arts take some time to cast, so planning ahead is crucial. There are ways to cut down on the casting time using quartz, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. Crafts, on the other hand, are instant cast. These abilities use craft points, naturally attained as you give and receive damage, with some equipable items giving a boost to that. You can obtain up to 200 craft points to use on various skills, or once you have 100 craft points, spend them all on an S-craft. If you use 200 points on an S-craft, the damage or healing effect is greater. S-crafts are powerful abilities that either harm your foes or heal your allies. S-crafts also allow you to interrupt the normal turn order, stealing away a critical hit or other bonus that comes along with it. As the turn order progresses, there are special bonuses that get attached to each character. You can steal away that bonus if you can speed up when your move would be. The quartz system is one of the more unique elements in the Legend of Heroes series that I have grown to love. Throughout the game, you'll either synthesize Sepith or find or be given quartz that can be slotted into your battle orbment. These elemental crystals allow you to unlock various stat bonuses and arts to aid you in battle. Each character has a type that they have more aptitude towards, such as Tio, who I mostly slot with blue quartz, which is all about healing and water-based magic. Different combinations of quartz allow you to cast different arts or add various abilities to your character. You can check out how many different spell combinations there are in your detective handbook, set your quartz, and try it out. One of the biggest questions that's going to be asked is this: can you start with Trails from Zero? And really, that's an excellent question, and there's a little bit of nuance to it. While I truly believe the Sky Trilogy is the best place to start and can run on a low-powered laptop, you can certainly start with Trails from Zero, because it's introducing you to a brand new cast of characters and focusing on their story and place in this overarching world and lore. Each of the arcs in this series takes place in their own little section of the world. If anything, after playing the Crossbell games, you'll probably want to jump into Cold Steel and keep moving forward if you enjoy it. Or you can go back to the Sky Trilogy and consider it a prequel of sorts. So here's the thing. The way Nihon Falcom has written all of the arcs in this saga is very specific and very, very intentional. They know what they're doing. Yes, if you have played the previous games, you will have more context and more clues to this grand mysterious puzzle. If you have not, it simply gives new players more of a mystery to uncover for themselves. As the game progresses, you get all the information you need to know to progress forward. You're not really missing anything huge in the past. As I played through Trails from Zero, I tried to think about things from a newcomer's perspective. I never felt like a newcomer would not be without story or lore they need by the time they reach the end of the game. It does not in any way take away from the experience for a newcomer. It's very intentionally and expertly written in that regard. Perhaps one of the hardest things I've ever done in gaming was keep my mouth shut and not gush on Twitter about everything I love about this game. The city of Crossbell is unique in comparison to anything else I've experienced in the Sky Trilogy thus far. You are focusing in on the problems that the city of Crossbell is facing. I've said it in multiple reviews for the series, and I'll say it again. If you want a touching story, those over-the-top clutch anime moments, fantastic music, and incredible world building, pick up this game. Let it be the beginning of your Legend of Heroes journey. As an epic JRPG, Trails from Zero ticks all of the boxes. You have this very fun to play combat system, lots of quests and monsters, plenty of NPCs to talk to that change their dialogue as the story progresses. The game also has an important quality of life feature in that there is a high speed mode. So if you're getting tired of grinding for Sepith to make quartz or get more money, you can just put it on high speed and grind a little bit faster. Run around the countryside a little bit faster. There's a great fast travel system in this game, and unless you get into a heavy dialogue section, you can save anytime, anywhere. After having played The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2 and the entire Trails in the Sky trilogy, I can say that the special support section of the City of Crossbell has cemented themselves as an incredible team in the Legend of Heroes saga. Yes, it's certainly a shame that the PS4 version lacks many of the Switch and PC's visual upgrades. However, seeing our 4 primary heroes grow as a team and as friends is a memorable experience, no matter where you play. Personally, I can't wait to head to Azure and finally finish Cold Steel 3 and 4. As one final note, I would like to thank NIS America for a review key for this game. Celebrating the launch of the long-awaited port and localization alongside other longtime Trails fans was indeed a bright spot in 2020 for me. And honestly, a milestone for this channel. It's the first key I've ever received for a big JRPG. I will have more reviews coming soon, so be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.